told you there was a way to get more leads, more sales while automating more of your business? It sounds like internet marketing nonsense, right? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to show you. So I'm Abby Prendergast, and my evergreen system has generated more than $2 million in the last 2 years, aka during the hardest time to sell digital products online. So most entrepreneurs do one of two things. They either launch a couple of times a year or they send everyone straight to a sales page, and both have huge flaws. You see, people buy products to solve problems, and if you only open your doors once or twice a year, then people aren't going to wait. They're going to buy from someone else because problems don't wait for launch day. But on the flip side, if you send everyone straight to your sales page, most people aren't ready to buy yet. So they click, they scroll, they think, and they think looks interesting, maybe later, and then they're going to disappear. So what I'm about to show you fixes both of those problems. And it's generated millions of dollars selling courses, memberships, coaching programs, and digital products. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how it works and how to build it yourself. So let me show you. A couple of months ago, I audited a movement coach's business, and her signature product is a $30 a month membership. And like many memberships, she only opens it once a year with a big live launch, which sounds sensible until you factor in the fact that memberships lose members every month. So every month, revenue leaks, and there's very little you can do about it until your next launch. So after that initial spike, revenue starts looking like this. And that's a real problem. And you might think, okay, fine then, I'll just leave my sales page open all year. But then that creates a different problem. So most people aren't ready to buy the first time that they discover you. So they leave and you never see them again. So revenue looks more like this, which isn't scalable. So what you actually need is a system that captures the people who aren't ready today, builds trust, and then converts them before they disappear into somebody else's program. As a quick side note, if you'd rather build this with me than take notes, I've put a link below in the description to my 6-week sale a day challenge, where we'll build this entire evergreen ecosystem together. But first, let me show you how it actually works. So I created this challenge because so many entrepreneurs are still using sales strategies that are older than TikTok. Buying behavior has changed, AI has changed, trust has changed, and funnels have got to change too. So if you ask clients like this movement coach who's generated more than $140,000 since May using this exact system, she'll tell you the same thing that I'm about to tell you. This works. Everything starts with a lead magnet, but not a PDF, not a checklist or a freebie that gets downloaded and disappears onto the Google Drive. You want something that people actually consume. So a workshop, a masterclass, a challenge, something where they spend time with you on video. And this is important because there's an old marketing idea that people need around 47 minutes consuming your content before they're ready to buy. 47 is the magic number. Whether it's exactly 47 minutes doesn't matter, the principle does. So more time with you means more trust, and more trust is going to facilitate more sales. So your lead magnet should promise one very specific outcome. And I think of these as falling into one of two categories. The first is the vending machine promise. So imagine grabbing a Kit Kat. You don't stand there reading the label, you know exactly what you're getting. And your lead magnet should feel the same. Something obvious and immediately desirable. Maybe it's make your first $7,000 in 7 days, or it could be a paint-along session where someone finishes with a portrait of their dog. So the second type is what I call the over-the-counter fix. So think of this like Tylenol. You identify one painful headache that your audience desperately wants to solve and offer immediate relief. So maybe it's automating your invoicing in 30 minutes, or it could be fixing your webinar conversion rate this weekend, or reducing cravings in 5 days. The bigger the headache, the faster people reach for the solution. And the important thing is that you need to choose an outcome that's going to attract the same people who will eventually buy your main offer. Otherwise, you're building the wrong audience, an audience of freebie seekers, and that's no good. So your workshop or challenge is going to be pre-recorded, and people are going to enter their email address to get access. None of this book a time to watch nonsense. They're just going to press play. So behind the scenes, your email software remembers they joined this month. And this is where almost everyone gets it wrong. Most businesses either start selling immediately or they wait months until their next launch. Instead, every month you're going to open doors for 1 week. And it's going to be the same week every single month. Because now you've created authentic urgency, and as an added bonus, everyone who joins starts together. So this means you can run one or onboarding session kickoff call a month. People are going to know exactly what to do first. They're going to actually use your program, get results, and you're going to collect more testimonials. Everyone's happy. So back to the strategy. During the 1 week where doors are open, everyone who joined this month receives a 7-day sales sequence. This isn't a messaging lesson, so I'm not going to dive into what to write, but the basics. Don't just list features, talk about the problems you solve, challenge old assumptions, use voice of customer, coach people into becoming buyers. If you do join the Seller Day Challenge, I'll give you all the frameworks I use for that. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to spend $5 a day retargeting these people on Meta. Now, the client I told you about generated more than $134,000 while spending just $235. Think about what your prospect has just experienced. They've watched your training. They've seen your face repeatedly on social media, and they've received thoughtful emails that solve real problems. So the odds of them buying has just increased dramatically. But here's where things really start to compound. Month 2. So now you've got new people signing up for your lead magnet, and they're receiving this sales sequence exactly like before. But now, last month's leads who didn't buy receive a second shorter sequence building everything that you learned from month 1. So the customer questions, objections, survey responses, testimonials. Now you're making sales from people who've joined this month, last month, plus anyone discovering your sales page for the first time. And on top of that, you're collecting recurring revenue and payment plans from previous customers. So instead of resetting your revenue every month, it is stacking, it's compounding, and every month you're selling to multiple generations of prospects. And that's why I love the system so much, because it combines the urgency of a launch with the consistency and relaxed nature of evergreen. So if you're selling courses, memberships, coaching, or digital products, this is currently one of the strongest business models that you can build, and I truly believe that. So if you'd like me to help you build it from scratch, do be sure to check out the Seller Day Challenge below. You'll get my frameworks, my AI tools, weekly live coaching, and a community of entrepreneurs all building their own evergreen ecosystems together. So instead of wondering where next month's revenue is coming from, you can start building a business where sales compound month after month. I'll see you inside.